My advice before we start. It's very important that we keep several things in mind before we do the upgrade. First of all, only install what you have once you do the upgrade. If you don't have the Bluetooth, don't install it. You don't need it. I got my laptop with the camera, the fingerprint and the Bluetooth because it was an extra 20% off when I got the computer. But that's about it. When you do the upgrade for Windows 8, keep in mind that the Windows 7 key, I think it will be invalidated or something. I found that in the forums. So it's important that you do an image, not a backup. Do an image of the partition of Windows 7. You can use Maximum Reflect, you can use Acronis, it's up to you. Also, I'm saying do an image because the partition, the restore partition will be, unless you fix the master boot record, which is going to be changed by Windows 8, and you won't have access to it. So there's different ways to get to the partition, which I'll show in a different video. Also, the Wacom technology, the pen will work in Windows 8. The pressure sensitivity, it will work, and the eraser is going to work also. It's just that it doesn't work on Photoshop. So it doesn't seem like we need the Wacom drivers. However, if Wacom issue the drivers, it will be a very nice addition to it. Also, besides Intel doing the USB 3.0, though the ones from Microsoft work, though they don't use the full potential of the USB 3, probably that might be driver related or hardware related. I don't know. That's it. And my most important advice and action recommendation: install Windows 8 in a different partition. Don't upgrade. Personally, I find this better. First of all, because you are probably gonna lose the recovery partition. Make a backup, make an image of your whole hard drive in case something happens. Because if you screw up and you try to access the recovery partition, you will not be able to unless you fix the MBR. If you know how. And Windows 7 is the native operating system for this laptop. Windows 8 is just an upgrade, and they are just trying to adjust it. They are still trying to adjust it. So my advice is that you dual boot. It's better. You keep your original operating system in case something happens, and you will be able to enjoy and explore Windows 8 if you have not done it. So hello, this is Victor, and today I'm going to show you how to upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 8 using the Lenovo x230 tablet, and what do you have to keep in mind when you do the upgrade. Now let's take a quick look at what the computer has. So I go to Properties in Computer, and as you can see, this is a Windows 7 Professional. It has an i7. It was an upgrade from the i5, and it has 4 GB of RAM, which I rather upgrade later because it's cheaper to get 16 GB through Newegg than through Lenovo. Now this laptop, though it has pen input, that's why I bought it, and it has touch input. The touch input is not the 5 or 10 touch points that Windows 8 recommends. It only has 2, though you can use 4 fingers to swap through the programs in Windows 7. Now let's go to the download page to get the upgrade assistant, which will analyze the computer and help you out in the upgrade process. So I'm using Bing in this case. I just put Windows 8 upgrade, and it should be one of the first options that will lead you to the website to download the assistant. Now let's go to the website. Obviously it's from Microsoft, so it's a genuine one, and just click in the upper part, download and shop, then just follow the website. Click on don't buy Windows 8 and download. You will be taken, and then you will download the upgrade assistant. Now if you already have the key, you will need to download a different version, because this version of the upgrade assistant will always take you through the process of buying the key. As of the different version, which I will go into detail later, will ask you for the key already. So I downloaded it. I'm going to open it. There it is, the upgrade assistant. And then when it opens, it will show me what's compatible and what is not compatible. So that means that whatever is not compatible, I need to take care of first, like uninstalling the program or drivers, so I can go through the upgrade process. After analyzing the computer, here's what it found. 27 of my apps and devices are compatible, which is good. However, there are 10 items that I need to review. So let's take a look. First of all, Secure Boot is not compatible. That is because the firmware version of my BIOS is like 1.9, and it requires at least 2.3. So Windows 8 can use Secure Boot, which means that when that option is enabled, the drivers that are not designed or digitally signed by Windows 8 will not be able to load. Second, the touchscreen on this PC was not designed for Windows 8. That is because the touchscreen for the laptop it detects 2 touch inputs, not 5 or 10 like Windows 8 recommends. If we go to the website, we'll find out that actually there's no choice. So if we go to the website for a moment, to customize the laptop, we go to display type, and then we're going to see 4 options. However, if we really look into what are the options that we have, we're going to find out that only on select ThinkPads the touchscreen is Windows 8 optimized. So that means that we can use 10 finger on the screen. This is not one of them. It only accepts 2 touch inputs, not 10. So that's the limitation that Windows 8 is talking about. The options that we have when we choose the screen are the indoors and outdoors. The outdoors is brighter, and you have the option to have 2 times 2 antennas or 3 antennas, which improves the reception, but that's basically it. If you install the screen with the 3 antennas, you won't be able to use a webcam. And as you can see also, for the operative system, you cannot choose Windows 8, only Windows 7 Professional, or if you choose the cheaper option, you will also have the option for Windows Home Premium. Now, going back to the upgrade assistant, the next one is the USB 3.0 extensible host controller drivers. Now, what happened with this? Actually, Intel has not released the Windows 8 drivers for their USB 3.0 controllers, but we should be covered because Windows 8 has those controllers already in the system, but not made by Intel. Now, the next one is the ISD tablet drivers made by Wacom. These drivers, Windows 8 has already those drivers, but they are made by Microsoft, not by Wacom, and those drivers don't have all the features that the Wacom drivers should have. And actually, Wacom already issued the drivers, but they were, as of the time that this video was made, the latest version was issued in October with the release of Windows 8, and it does not have all the options and capabilities that you would normally have with the Wacom technology, the pen, the pressure sensitivity, and other things. So now there are other things that we need to take care of, like the Rapid Boot Shield and some other programs issued by Lenovo, which they will not work with Windows 8, are not compatible. So we need to uninstall them first. And Rapid Boot is not the only one that won't work and we actually have to uninstall it. I already uninstalled some of the programs, so that's why they don't appear in the list. Now, the Bluetooth driver and the wireless display driver, we need to uninstall them, but we can reinstall them in Windows 8 because the version for Windows 8 is already out. The same with Norton Internet Security. Well, I'm gonna replace it, so I don't really care about it. Rescue and recovery, those are some of the programs that Lenovo has for the computer, but we have to uninstall them. Now here's the list of the programs that are compatible and the drivers too, and as you can see, most of them are. So we can choose to keep the Windows settings, personal files and apps, which will keep everything, or just personal files, which will keep your documents intact, or nothing. In this case, I'm going to choose Windows settings, personal files and apps, so I can keep all the programs that will still work from Windows 7 in Windows 8. You can choose nothing in case you want to wipe out everything and install Windows 8 from zero. However, in that case, you will need to reinstall all the drivers. Actually, it's very important that you install all the drivers, because if you don't install all the drivers, or at least the basic ones, Windows 8 will not know where is it. And once you try to validate the copy to do the updates, it will not validate, because pretty much if you don't install the drivers, Windows will not know where is it, and everything will appear like generic. Now I'm going to choose to keep Windows settings, personal files and applications. Now if you click on next, you will be taken to the next step, which is to order Windows 8 Pro. In this case, it was before January 31st, 2013, so it was only $39.99, but the price has gone up already after February 1st. So if you click on order, you will have two options. You can even buy the Windows DVD. You just follow the instructions, fill the form, and put the credit card and keep going. However, if you already have the key, you need to go to this website to download a slightly different version of the system, which will skip through the process of buying the key for Windows. So I'm just gonna open it. And since I already have the key, because I bought it and actually installed it already, I'm just gonna put my key there and then click on next. So I got a key for Windows 8 Pro, which I already purchased. If I click on next, the next step is to download Windows 8, which is gonna take a while because it's 2 gigabytes. Now we can click on install now, which will proceed with installation. We can select install by creating media, and then you can create an ISO file, so you can burn it into a CD later, or DVD, or you can create an USB flash drive with installation of Windows 8 if you don't have a DVD drive, or you can install it later from your desktop, which will create a link. You need to do something else before installing Windows 8, you can select that one. In this case, I'm going to create the media because I'm interested in getting the ISO file. So I'm just going to click on next. And then I have two options. I can create the USB flash drive, right, which will format an USB flash drive, and it will put all the installation files and everything, so you can boot it up from there. Or in my case, I'm going to create an ISO file, so I can burn it to a DVD later. Now I just choose where do I want to store the file, and then just click on save and just wait till the ISO file is complete.